Philly, Washington, a Puget Sound and Pacific GP38-2 EMD is making its merry run from all the way from Shelton. A long trip for this locomotive. And it's gonna make its interchange with the BNSF. Nice, snappy paint scheme on this locomotive. Last year or so, there was a derailment on the right side of the Y, and some cars got snagged on something on the track and pulled the cars and tipped them over. And nobody doesn't know what caused it, except at least the tracks are fixed. Okay, right now they're entering a yard limit, so the train's not going that fast. And the cameraman noticed there's something strange with that connector joint. Because every time a car goes over it, he keeps hearing a rattle. And he's gonna keep an eye on it. After we filmed the Puget Sound and Pacific, we made our way to the gorge, Celilo Park, Oregon. We're looking towards the Celilo Bridge from Wishram. Crosses over on the Moody Sub onto the Oregon side. And we're gonna get some trains today, hopefully. It is a lovely day out and warm. A BNSF unit tank train just came round the curve on the other side of the Celilo Bridge at Wishram. So this train is entering the yard of Wishram. A Gevo and an SD70 AC on the point of the train. They might be a back-end helpers. We're not sure or certain yet until we see the whole entire train. Well, it's breezy a little bit, except it doesn't stop us from filming these the trains. Yep, a back-end helper. A Dash 9. So, 3 locomotives are on the point of this train. Oh, look what we got here. An empty BNSF trash train. It's flying by at Wishram. And this thing is flying. It's hard to get it on film. A Jevel and the Dash 9 leading.
Eagle.
After that trash train, here comes the eastbounder BNSF mixed freight. This came round the curve, heading towards Wishram. 2 EMD SD70 Max on the point. Alright, we're at Dalles, Oregon. Other good spot to watch trains. Well, we didn't have to wait too long. A train just came round the curve. It's a westbound UP intermodal. See what kind of type of motor power they got. Gevo, Dash 9, and a TR4 is on the point. I wonder if there's gonna be a mid-train or a back-end helper. We just have to see. We spotted mid-train helpers. So the other Dash 9. So there's 4 engines on the point. Well, this intermodal is entering yard limits, so the train's going to be slowing down. From Biggs to Dalles on the other side of city of Dalles, the double tracking ends down there. Onto the single track, all the way to Cascade Locks, where's the other passage double tracking starts. So the trains have time to cross over if they onto the other main if they want to. The eastbound UP intermodal just came out of nowhere where we never knew it was coming. 2 SD70 ACs and 2 GEVOs leading. I wonder if it's gonna have a mid-train helper. We just have to find out. Ah, I was right. A GEVO and a Dash 9. So 6 locomotives are on the point of this intermodal. Every Washington. This is a good location for watching trains, and BNSF work crews doing track work down the line. Where there's minutes away crew on the trackage, that means it's gonna be intending for freight trains to be blocked when they're working on the trackage. And it's a nice day and clear skies. My hood is out. Avery is used to been a campground. Now it's a fisher spot for fishermen. It's a good spot to watch trains. Oh, we noticed there was a couple of headlights on the other side, on the Oregon side. The eastbound UP at the Mortal is approaching. The SD70 AC and the Dash 9 on the point, heading to Celilo Park, on their way to Hinkle. Two SD70 AC and one GEVO on the point of this train. And there's the back end helper. A nice lash up on this train. A eastbound UP Colplex Potash train is heading back port of origin in Canada. This train has to cross the Spokane International old Mainline just to get to this this industry where they ship this product to Portland. This last shop has a pretty good one. A GEVO, two GEVOs, one SD90 Mac, and 3 Dash 9s. Isle Park, Washington. We moved down a little bit. And we found out the BNSF Minutes Away crew at Avery, finally they're finished their work. Now here comes the... There's gonna be freight trains coming, and there is one coming. By listening to that horn, this mixed freight is flying. It's got 4 GEVOs on the point of this mixed freight. Wishram, Washington. A railroad town of the SPNS. In regard to southbound BNSF mixed freight, crossing the Celilo Bridge. The bridge is open, so they're letting the barge going past underneath the bridge. The barges has the right of way. Except sometimes the freight train gets priority, and the cameraman is looking at the signal, is flashing caution. That means there is a westbounder coming. If that turns green, it's going to be coming. Okay, the southbounder has permission to proceed to cross over the drawbridge. And the bridge is closed for water traffic, so they can't go past the bridge once it's closed. The cameraman heard something behind him. He's gonna turn around really quick. The BNSF westbounder is approaching to the depot of Wishwam. This is going to be something. 2 GEVOs and a Dash 9 is on the point of this grain train. We don't know why. Once the train got closer to the platform, they were whistling. Except we weren't even near the yellow line. So, something was up with this engineer. It should not be whistling. Because we didn't even see anything on the tracks, so I don't know what's the point of it. I guess our southbounder is finally going across and is on the Moody sub. It's going to be on its way to the Klamath Falls onto the KDY. This crew's got a long trip, except they're gonna end up getting down there. Mixed freight, westbound, a Jevo with 2-9s on the point. Sometimes these trains has to make a stop in Dallas, Oregon. If they need a crew change, they can do so. So this train is gonna make a bypass through on Dallas. Same location, except a different spot. So still near Biggs, and we're gonna self a UP intermodal eastbound, 3 Jevos and 1-9 on the point, and we're gonna self a meet with the eastbounder. This westbounder UP mixed freight has a 1 Jevo and 2 SD70 Max on the point. This is the only section that has the double track from Biggs in the outskirts of Dallas. I don't know if you can see it, there's 2 more back-end helpers at the end of that westbound UP mixed freight. 2 SD70 ACs. We move down further near the Biggs silos are just behind us, and we got ourselves a eastbounder UP mixed freight. -9 and 2 SD70 Max on the point.
a 3 SD70 Max and 2 GVOs are on the point.
Heard a crackle on the scanner. We rushed back to the Moody sub and we got ourselves a southbound BNSF mixed freight. Nearby the Deschutes River recreation area. Probably hear some freight cars going by, and there was a westbound UP going by our location. Locomotives are on the point. Dash 9. 2 Dash 9s and 1 GVO is in the lead. Most BNSF freight trains going over Moody requires a back-end helper. There could be one at the end of this BNSF mixed freight. We just have to see if there is a back-end helper. I was correct. There's a back-end helper. Other Dash 9. We had a rush to get back to Biggs, where the grain silos were. A UP westbounder approaching this location. 2 Dash 9s. 1 SD70 AC, 2 GVOs, and a GP39 on this UP mixed freight westbound. This no, GP38-2s became GP39-2s. this jumped across Oregon side to the Washington side, the location named Avery. And we got ourselves a minutes away crew here. Usually when they're working on the tracks somewhere along the line, it will back up trains. So this will give us an opportunity just wait here for a train to show. I guess this minutes away crew is testing on this railroad crossing here. So he's gonna make a reverse move and come back and see the crossing works correctly. We jump back to the spot where we were earlier, nearby the Chutes River recreation area, near the Moody Sub. And there's a BNSF crew issuing a track warrant to head southbound. So we're gonna wait here and wait for it. Here they come, working hard. And there is a new locomotive on the consist with the other 3 locomotives. I'll let you know. A Jevo, an SD70AC, and the newest one is the 3rd. Very quiet locomotive, and also a JP38-2. The new locomotive on this point is the new one for this year for the BNSF. It's a TR4. It's a EMD SD70 ACE T4. That was the 3rd unit. If you want to look up this locomotive, please do so. And this is a BNSF southbound mixed freight. Like I said before, most BNSF freight trains have to require a back-end helper. And there is one on the back end. It's a other Jevo. Well, remember at Avery, Washington, and those minutes away crew was working on the crossing over there? Well, we moved down to East Isle, and there was at least about 4 trains held back from those minutes away crew. So there is a train approaching us, and it's gonna get here pretty soon. westbound BNSF coal drag with 3 GEVOs are on the point, and there's one more unit at the back end. Badly paint job on this SD60 on the back end. It needs a little work. Paint scheme on the SD60, and it shows really can notice in the back part of that locomotive. After this coal drag went by, there's a other westbounder is gonna approach. A westbounder BNSF grain train is approaching here really quick. Has 2 GEVOs are on the point, and there's a third one on the back end. Not sure if it's a GEVO or not. Just have to see when it gets closer. Yep, the other GEVO, the back end of this grain train. Other BNSF westbound grain train approaching. If you guys you wonder what that sign is on the left, I guess it's supposed to be the train have to check their certain point of their speed when they're approaching. I guess the end test, I think that's what it means.
This one doesn't have a back end helper.
GEVOs on the point, and there could be a other one at the back end of the train. I don't know if you guys can notice where the switch stand is. There is a soft spot. Every time the truck goes over that soft spot, and the pipe plates, the bolts, are loose. Usually when there's a soft spot in the roadbed, the railroad have to come along and resurface the track, or the tie needs to be replaced. So I think the BNSF should take care of this pretty soon. If they don't want to have a mess on their hands. A GEVO on the back end helper. Okay, there's a westbounder BNSF mixed freight. 1 GEVO and 1 -9's on the point.
This one's moving pretty quickly.
Okay, we got those 4 trains at East Lisle, and we move to Dalles, Oregon to get this UP Colback's train. It's a westbounder. It's got kitting and power on the point with the UP GEVO. Well, Canadian Pacific can't change the looks of the a GE GEVO So that's what they would call it if they were down here. If probably the Canadian Pacific probably is calling their G-volts a little differently. Well, guys, you probably is wondering what's wrong with the audio on my camera. I haven't heard it before. I don't know why it's doing this. Please forgive me, and because I can't help it with the audio or making this weird sound in the background.